Hello, online crew. Hope you're doing amazing today. What we're going to talk about is scammers. Have any of you had a brush with this in recent times or past times where your identity has been taken, or somebody's you sort of got into your account and messaged everybody, and you've had to say, "Don't accept a friend request from me because it's not me." There's a headline that I put up on Facebook that basically it was a latest like news report, and it literally said, and I quoted it: scams on Facebook particularly, but Instagram as well. Scams on Facebook are reaching epidemic proportions. So whether you're on Facebook or Instagram, it is unfortunately probably worse than it's ever been. And there are things that you should be doing to protect yourself, because it's just a nightmare when something goes wrong. Has anyone been subject to that? Do you know what I'm talking about? I hope not, for your sake, and I hope that it doesn't happen to you. But as I spoke about last week, if you caught my video regarding the fact that, particularly on Facebook, they're now giving you the option and actually putting it in front of your face in your settings, set up another profile. My fear is that it's going to, create more fake accounts that are already out there. If you followed along with me, for any length of time over the last, 6 or 8 months, there's at least 2 people that have impersonated me on my personal profile. And is it 1 or 2 on my business page? I can't even remember now. But there's at least 1, if not 2, that have taken my identity for my business page. And so there's that. There's also when somebody gets into your account and, they send messages to people. So you could be getting spammy messages from somebody, and it's not actually who you think it is. It could actually be somebody that's in their account. And you can tell by the language. I've shared here, I almost got, somebody got into my account on Instagram. That was a while back now, but they were so clever. And they'd actually got into a friend of mine's account. That person was asking for help from me to get into their account and do certain things, but they were having a great conversation with me, and I thought it was real until they asked me like a couple of questions. I thought, that's really weird. Like, I don't reckon that person would say that. And so then I got a little bit scared, and I'm like, I don't know if this is actually who I think it is. This might be actually like a fake person. And so I stopped responding. And then it came, are you there? Where are you? Where did you go? What are you doing? And it's like, okay, this is definitely not the person that I think it is. And I almost gave them like some of my personal details as well. Like, it was just so clever. So you can think you're on point and that, you're not getting scammed, but they're so clever these days that it can happen. I saw a friend of mine just recently, also on Instagram, their account got hacked into, and they had well over 100,000 followers and just gone and couldn't get into the account. And I have seen since that she's back on her original account. So somehow she managed to get the account back. But it's really scary. It's a reminder that for those of you that are building online seriously, the only thing that you ever own is an email list. I will say that. That's not what this training is about today. But it's just a reminder that you don't own your social media, and you should have things in place and systems, and look into things like email marketing or collecting emails from people that you're liaising with, because that's the only thing you own. Okay. Especially probably that's more probably relevant to those of you that are building a larger following. So you do actually have a following, and it would hurt you and your business if your following disappeared. You're the type of person that should be looking into some other strategies online to protect yourself. Okay. So what I'm going to go through in this training, though, is 10 things for you to think about. My whole angle with this training is to share with you some things that you can be doing to protect your accounts. because if you are building on social media, this is just not something that you should ignore. And if it's happened to you or somebody that you know, even if it hasn't happened to you, there are extra things that you can do security wise that can help protect your account a little bit more. And I just want to give you that information if you're not aware, because I don't want to see any of you lose your account, because it hurts. It's not a fun thing, to go through. Okay. Anyone that's with me live, say hello so I can say hello back. We're here on Facebook, my free group, and YouTube, and we're over here on Instagram. So hello to you guys too. Quickly, if you are a coaching community member, I just finished a full-on training for you guys about how to set up an onboarding system for your team via a Facebook group, what that might look like, what the guides might say. I gave you a sneak peek as to the systems that I've got for my team with onboarding. So if you're a coaching community member, that would be a really good training for you to catch the replay of if you missed it live. Okay. So hello, Cherie. How are you? We've got Faye. Yes, several. Robert, twice so far. Annoying, isn't it, Robert? Yes, I won't repeat out loud what Faye's got there, but I agree, Faye. It's really terrible. Hi, Beth. Yeah, hi, Merla. Yes, I've had someone send my friends "How are you?" messages. So have I. They really are good at doing the scams. Yeah, and they're getting more elaborate. So just something to be careful of. So let's get into it. The first thing that you guys should do is set up two-factor authorization or multi-factor authentic spit it out, authentication. Get it? You know what I'm saying. Okay. So the two-factor authentic, that word, isn't it funny how there's just certain words that trip us up? Is when you're logging in and it asks you to go somewhere else to authorize that. So a lot of people will do that, like the text message, like we've sent you a code to your phone. So it might be that. Others might set up the code generator thing. So you have to go, you get a special app on your phone and it gives you a code that way. So you've got to put in a secondary code to get access to your account. You should all have that turned on. So that is the very first and foremost thing, is to have the two-factor authentication set up. Like, go and look in your settings and turn that on if you don't have it on. Okay. You're just leaving yourself wide open if you don't. Okay. It's under security and then login settings. That's where you'll find it. Okay. It's an absolute must. Number two, and I know it's difficult. I mean, how many of you, if you're anything like me, you forget your passwords? We've got passwords to everything. And some of you will probably have the same password to a lot of different things, including your bank accounts, which is not a really good idea. But if you've got, you should, well, what am I saying? Cut to the chase. You should have a long and cryptic password to your social media. So to Facebook or Instagram, you just got to remember what it is. So there's a couple of ways of doing that. And one of those ways, which is a fairly simple way, is I keep a lot of information in my notes section of my phone. And I'm not sure if you're aware, but you can lock down notes in your phone. So if somebody found your phone and got into your phone and you've got a whole lot of notes written on your phone, they could read them. But you can press on the note and you can lock it. And you can only unlock it by the facial recognition on your phone. So that's a really good place to have like passwords and things like that, is the notes section of your phone, but lock the note to your facial recognition. So if your phone gets lost, if somebody steals it, something like that, they can't get into that particular note with your passwords on it. Okay. So just a little tip for you. But the more, like, particularly with social media and particularly with Facebook and Instagram, if you can just have something more complicated, long and a little bit cryptic, you'll be better off. Okay. And an extension to that, number 3, is it is a good idea to change your password probably every 3 months. So I know that's a hassle, and I know we've got passwords for everything and we forget things all the time. And if you're anything like me, you're trying to log into something and you're using the forget password, and then you set another password and you'll forget that in another month's time. Like, I think our worlds are, full of passwords. But when it comes to your social media and somebody claiming your identity, like if you can have a long and cryptic password, particularly, and change it every few months, you will be better off. Okay. And another extension to that, number 4, is to, if you're not using something like the notes section of your phone, that's probably just an easy way, is to use a password tool, like a master password tool. I use LastPass. Have you ever heard of that? So there's the 2 common ones. One is called LastPass and one is called 1Password. And both of them, you can have the free version of that. You create a master account with a master password. But then whenever you create a password for anything, so my bank accounts, my social media, all my softwares, everything is sitting in LastPass. So I have a master password to get into that. And then all my passwords are saved in LastPass. And if I want my VA to be able to hook into my Facebook or my Instagram or any of my software, I share a link for them, I email them a link to get into what I want them to get into, but they never see my actual username and password. It's sent cryptically to them through LastPass. So if you've got shared passwords to any capacity and you set it up on something like LastPass or 1Password, you can Google them and set up a free account. Then you can literally share your login details with someone else, but they don't actually see the actual username and password. It just gives them permission to get into that avenue. So if you've got a lot of passwords for a lot of things, look into something like LastPassword or 1Password and keep them all. It's just gold. Like, I don't remember, and if I forget to put it in LastPass, then I've got to do the forget password. But often I will log into my LastPass and then I will get the information I need from there, because that's where it's stored and that's very secure. Okay. So that was number 4. Number 5, if you want to be super, super, super extra secure, you can get USB keys that, you have to use the USB key, to get through. So that's a very secure way to keep your account safe. Okay. Number 6, I would enable, through the social media platforms, enable login notifications. So you do that through the notification settings in Instagram and Facebook, enable them. So have a look in your settings and your notification. If you're not enabling logins, then you're not going to get alerted. And that's really handy, really handy. That's when I know when something might be a little bit off, is when I get, somebody from, the Philippines or the one that was trying to get through to my Instagram was from Dubai. And I did eventually get a notification. Someone from Dubai is trying to log into your Instagram. It's like, okay, we got some issues going on here. Change your password. So that's that's a trigger for you to change your password immediately. If you don't have logins enabled in your notifications, you're going to miss that. And so you're opening yourself wide up. So enable login notifications is what that one is. Number 7, you can check your login sessions. So you might be logged in via your computer, you might be logged in via your phone, you might be logged in via a tablet, an iPad or something like that, and you can actually shut down those logins and you can actually check them. So you can check where you logged in, where you've last logged in, what logins are open, and you actually can close them all down. So, when you're on your computer or your phone, you go to Facebook and you're not logging in every time you go in there, are you? You're just opening up the app and you're already in. You're already logged in. There are places that you will go to on Facebook and Instagram where you are already logged in. You don't actually have to log in every time you go to it. So you might have logged in on a computer. Things like what you would want to be careful of if you're away and you're saving your internet or something like that, and you go onto a computer in Thailand or something like that, log into your Facebook, have a look around, and you forget to log out, or someone comes in after you. I don't know. Just giving you examples. You can check where you're logged in. And if you've got like an old phone that you never logged out of, it will still be sitting in your settings as being logged in. So log out of those things. Don't have open sessions. So you can check that. You can check your logged in sessions and remove the ones that are old computers, old phones, devices that you're not currently on. Okay. Hopefully you're all doing this. This is more of a Facebook thing, but hiding your friends and followers. So there is a setting where you can hide that so people can't go and work through your network. And hopefully all your friends are doing that so scammers can't work through their network to get to you. Okay. If you've got your friends and followers all open for anybody to see, that's how scammers then build their network. Is they go to somebody's network, they can see all their friends and followers, and then they infiltrate that community as well. So let's minimize all of that, by having your friends and followers locked down on Facebook. Do not open any suspicious links. Do not believe every alert you see from Facebook, especially those of you with business pages, that says, I got one yesterday that said, we've temporarily closed your account. If you want to appeal it, do this. Like, I get notifications all the time from supposedly Facebook saying that, something to do with my Instagram account or my Facebook account, that I've offended something, or, I've something, a policy, or I'm due to this or something. I do not click on anything. What I do sometimes when I get a notification, and particularly the email alerts as well, or a notification in my notifications in Facebook or Instagram, go and have a look at the link. A lot of the links, especially those ones that hit your email that you're getting from supposedly Meta, and they're clever. Like, it'll have the Meta symbol and it'll look like it's for Facebook. But when you actually click on the link of where the email came from, it's some obscure email address. And Facebook is not sending you any alerts about being shut down or anything like that unless it's from facebook.com. So if you're looking at something, an alert or a notification, and it looks slightly off, do not open any links. This is how a lot of people are very innocently getting hacked, is because they believe all the notifications that they receive and they click on the links that it says, if you want to recover your account, or if you want to appeal something or other, click here. As soon as you click there, you're gone. They've got you. Okay, so don't click on any suspicious links. And the last one, not many people would do this. Facebook do recommend that you do it, Meta for Facebook and Instagram, once a year, is you can download all your information. So, from Facebook, you can download all your information, which is all your posts and your contacts and whatever. And it's kind of like a backup of your Facebook. So you can do those kind of things if you want to go to those lengths. Okay. But if you are doing some of those things, you are at least giving yourself a little bit of protection, because we don't want you to go to all the hard work and hard yards of building a following on social media only for somebody to infiltrate it, take over, message all your friends. You can't get back into your account. Your social media following's gone. All those risks that come with it. So I hope that's helpful, to some of you, just to look into one or two or more of those things. If you don't have those things in place, I would highly encourage you to, look into that and look into your settings and your notifications, and having the 2-factor on, and making sure your password's really tight, setting up something like LastPass or 1Password, or putting passwords, like changing your password, making it more cryptic, putting it in the notes section of your phone, but locking down that note and only having facial recognition for it. Like, just at least, some of those things. I just really hope you go and action that, so you can protect all this effort that we go to build a following online. You don't want to be scammed in any way. Okay. And it's, as the headline says, it's in reaching epidemic proportions, and we don't want that for you. Okay. So I save my password in Google Chrome. I also use LastPass. Should we log out of Facebook every time on our phones? I do it on desktop. Not necessarily, Merla, just as long as you've got these kind of things in place. Just have, so not necessarily, just have your login alerts. So if somebody is on a different device, which when somebody's scamming your account, that's what they're on a different device. They're not on your devices, that you get a login alert. That's the quickest way for you to pick up whether somebody is in your account and it's not you, is getting a login alert from another country. And then the very first thing I would do is log out of everywhere and change your password. Okay. Thank you for all of this. No worries, Claudette. I hover over those as well and see the strange email and then delete them without opening it. Yep. That's what you want to do. Very helpful. Is Google Password Manager not good? No, that's fine. It's just not one that I use. So I just mentioned the one that I use. So no, that's fine. Or whatever it is, just whatever tool that you found that works for you, that's fine. Okay. Thanks, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. I've got a special training with my online crew concierge team tomorrow. And we're talking all about micro videos. So make sure you join me live tomorrow. Bye.